35192 if you want to send a text to me. AlanCoxShow.com to watch live there. Thank you to Gup Slutmunkin for helping out today. Is there a brand new Poundcake podcast as well?
There is.
Beautiful.
Right. I didn't put it at the website,
but it's on the iHeartRadio app.
On the app, right.
Or wherever you get your shows. What is this one called?
New Year, New Mindset.
Gotcha.
And it's pretty much covering, my part of it is like my weight loss journey, but that's kind of like the boring stuff. But I was doing the hookups and breakups of 2023 and 2022 and 2023. Do you know Chili and Matthew Lawrence are dating? Chili from TLC?
Yeah, I saw that when I was looking for stories for what's
Matthew Lawrence.
Perez Bilton. Yeah, he was on
Boy Meets World. He had a number of other movies.
No, I know Joey's brother.
Joey's brother.
No, I know that, but I thought
an acting trio.
Is Joey not single? Is he a married guy?
Joey's a married guy. He was a married guy, a divorced guy, and a closet guy, and now a remarried guy.
But Matthew is it's like a bad photocopy of Joey Lawrence, right?
I don't know. I think Matt's actually kind of hotter, even in Joey's prime. Like he looked like, I don't know. He just looked manufactured to me. But Matt looks like the manly man that doesn't try to be hot and just is hot. And I'm like, oh, I'm here for this power couple. I mean, Chili's 50.
Oh yeah, she looks great.
She looks great. She has a great body. She's toned and she, kept herself together. And Matt, I didn't even know he was single. Like, he's been off the radar, but he's in his 40s, and he looks good. So I'm like, wow, what a match. What a weird match, but I'm here for it. So I talked about that a little bit. They're still talking about Lamar Odom for whatever reason.
Well, isn't there a new Hulu doc or something?
Yes, they won't leave that man alone. We know what happened. It's been covered. They have done.
Do you think he doesn't want them to do a documentary about him?
No.
He's probably involved. No, he's probably involved in it.
Well, it's funny. I told the story when we went last summer, went to Vegas for my 50th, and I guess summer of 2021, that we went to, all Gwen wanted to do, we went to Vegas. She goes, I don't care what else we do. I want to go to the Zach Bagans Haunted Museum. She loves this ghost hunters show. And this guy's got this jet black, it's a house that, what's her name, grew up in, Jenna Jameson or something like that, grew up in this house. And it's all decked out with all this. It's a combination of voodoo dolls and mannequins and crap, and then stuff he actually spent some money on. So there's Kevorkian's van is in there. And the bed that Dennis Hoff died in at the Bunny Ranch is in there. Listen, anything anybody died in, I guess it's got some, for their purposes, it's got some ghostly taint to it or whatever. But I think it's also the bed that Lamar Odom OD'd in. Didn't he do that before Dennis Hoff died?
Yeah, he said that Dennis Hoff tried to kill him.
There you go. Right. And so that bed is in there. And, of course, they have to play it up. Your tour guide plays it up like dark forces were all around, which, racist. Dark forces were all around Dennis Hoff because there was a mark on the sheet. So, yeah, because he pissed himself when he died. That's what happened. Yeah. But, yeah, Lamar Odom, Dennis Hoff, the bed's right there. So let's say you are planning a trip to Vegas in the near future. Don't sleep on the $95 ticket to get into the Haunted Museum there.
I would like to go back.
To Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, I'm sure my buddy that we went out there with, because he and his wife live in L.A., they make a ton of money. They don't have kids. So he spends a lot of money. He gets comped all the time. So I was texting him over Christmas, and I was like, what are you guys doing for New Year's? And he's like, well, the Bellagio comped us a 2,200 square foot penthouse suite. So we're on our way to
my house.
Well, he texted me and he goes, I spend way too much money. And I go, what was your loss? And he goes, no. We're on our way because they comped us a penthouse suite because he spends so much money. So then he's sending me video of the walkthrough. And I'm like, holy Christ.
You could probably see the waterfall or something.
So they go so frequently that basically anytime we get the bug up our ass to talk about going back to Vegas, we'll just coordinate with him. And he's like, just get your room and they'll comp us everything else. I'm like, okay. So it's a good time. But that was my first time in Vegas. And again, he got comped. We went to the Conor McGregor fight because he got comp tickets for that. So it was fun, but I'm perfectly fine hanging out at the pool all day long. I don't need to be walking around when it's 116 degrees at noon.
Tell you what, I'm never staying on Fremont Street again. That was my mom or my brother.
It's so lit up.
It's just, it was too much. It was just, I thought like people who lived like up in the flats was bad because of all the noise. But we have a huge like jumbotron screen sky there that's always on. Music's always playing.
I know he didn't say it, but it always sounds like Jumbletron, and I love that. I love that it sounds like Jumbletron when you say it.
Yeah, there's people ziplining all hours of the night. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So they give you earplugs when you walk in. I'm like, okay. So I would
lesson learned, but I would assume, do those rooms also have blackout curtains?
Not really.
I bet those Fremont Street facing rooms are a lot cheaper, though.
They don't have blackout. They have regular curtains. They have thick curtains, but you can still see. It's like an orb. It almost looks like it's haunted because there's like the light coming in around the curtain.
Okay.
So it like you can tell it's not blacked out. We had like a real cheap room. Like it was.
Yeah, because you're facing Fremont Street.
Yeah, I could literally see everyone walking, like the pickpocketers or whatever, like the people standing in the little circles. I saw everything. It was really good people watching. There was a couple times where like I got drunk in my room. And I'm like, I'm just going to chill for a little bit till, it's time for us to leave because it was very entertaining and I was safe up there.
If you want a Vegas vibe right here in Cleveland, Cox Out.
Hey!
Hey!
There he is.
For the very first time, and it's the very last one of the season because the last Browns home game on Christmas Eve got jammed up by the weather. The very first Cox Out watch party for an away game. The Browns are in Pittsburgh this weekend, and we'll be posted up at the Ivy from 1 to 3 on Sunday afternoon for the watch party. So I hope you join me there. It's going to be your last-ditch effort to get to the Bahamas, too, because we have a trip for two courtesy of Bud Light. So last chance for you to get in on the finger football. We will have our finalists from the previous weeks in the season there too, but you can get in last minute. So the Ivy Sunday with yours truly, 1 to 3, West 6 and Lakeside, for the final Cox Out of the season. Do the watch party there. Browns, Steelers in Pittsburgh. We got Terry the Goat out there in Carlton, Pennsylvania. Al Marcinek has set up a YouTube channel. So he said, hey, make sure people know that when you guys are off, they can go find her picks on YouTube. And we'll have the Week 18 picks tomorrow. But he sends me a video of her each week making her picks.
Here we are back in Carlton, Pennsylvania, where Terry is ready for Week 18 and the final week of the NFL season. Over the past couple of weeks, Terry was 10-5. So she's still doing well. She decided to wear her Cleveland Browns jersey for the last week of the season. And she is now going to be released. And she's heading over to the prediction station. And her predictions will be posted on Thursday.
10-5 is pretty good.
Yeah.
She had an 8-0 week earlier in the season. One of these seasons, I want to have Terry the Goat at a Cox Out preview.
That'd be awesome. Can you do that? Can you have livestock?
We're going to find out. We are going to find
Probably
out.
have her outside.
Yeah, I don't think you can bring her in
Why not?
because she's the livestock.
And they serve food.
Yeah,
Mary,
like a health.
I'm an animal and they let me in every single
Yeah.
time.
Yes, there you go.
Look at this guy. I mean, sure, I'm a party animal. But, boy, I really hope I don't get that
If
one
you're
guy.
really a party animal, your nips would still be pierced.
That's right. I really hope I don't get that one guy mad who hates Terry the Goat and everything about me. Hey, Corey in Maslin, what's going on?
Yeah, we had 3. I used to work at the Venetian in Las Vegas.
Oh, good
and we had,
for you.
we had 3 10,000 square foot mega suites with butler's quarters, bedrooms galore. The whole top floor of the Venetian is just those 3 suites.
Were there people butling the whole time when you were there?
Those kind of people brought their own butlers. One of them was Larry Flint that would stay in that room.
Oh, so this was a while ago.
Oh, yeah, but people still stay there.
They brought their own
And,
butlers.
he'd gamble $50,000 a hand on blackjack and play for 4 hours at a time.
Oh, yeah. If you've got money, like my buddy who lives out west, I mean, his entertainment budget is like 30 grand every time he goes to Vegas.
That's insane.
So, I
Well,
mean,
keep up the great work, and I'm glad you guys are back from vacation.
okay. Ditto. Thank you. There's Corey and Maslin. We might need an antihistamine. I don't know.
Imagine you making it, and they're like, all right, sir, well, we will provide you with, full staff. They're like, oh, no, I'm flying in my staff. What are you talking about? I'm not using your staff.
I've got someone who will buttle for me.
Not touching my valuables. Cretins.
Get your hands off my volubles, you cretins.
Like that is
Cretin. I love that word. Great poll.
couple of things that where you just think you've made it, where you're like, oh, I would be happy, like, I'm in the penthouse suite. Whatever comes with this is fine. Everything's complimentary. No, I'm bringing my own staff.
Right, but I'm sure that you can understand. You want to bring people you trust.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
I get it, but
Bring the people that know what you need too.
that's why
right.
that's why I'm a little man. That's why I'm just a small guy on the totem pole, because I was like, wow, you get your own suite and they have people waiting on you hand and foot. Like, yeah, I have that all the time, and I fly them. They fly with me. I have security. What are you talking about? Like, oh, yeah, that's right.
You see, Jeremy Renner posted a selfie.
Yeah, he does not look good.
I always want to call him James Renner, our buddy James Renner, who I think is doing fine.
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner got run over. I guess what the sheriff said, they're kind of filling in the story a little bit more. That he was, this is a 14,000-pound snowcat that he was in, and he got stuck in it. And he was trying to get it moving, and I guess he got out or he tripped or something. He tried to get into the driver's seat because it started to roll when he was out of it, and it rolled over him.
Because it wasn't in. It's kind of what I predicted yesterday.
I think that's what you said, yeah.
I said he probably got it stuck, and then when he got out, he probably didn't put it in park or take it out of gear, and it just takes, a moment, and all that stuff can go wrong.
He was helping somebody else who had been stranded in the snow. Word is he's a really good neighbor. He's up there, and they had gotten 3 feet of fresh snow, and he's like a good dude. He's a good neighbor, and he was helping somebody else, and his plow ran him over. But he has a number of surgeries. He had some blunt force trauma. I wonder if the snow protected him at all, like rather than crushing him to the ground.
At
if
least
it
kept
had
the wounds cold.
See, it never pays to be nice.
Boy, I'm with you.
Could have just mind his own business. Like, bye, bitch. I'll call the squad for you, but I'm no good if I'm dead. So
Actor Jeremy Renner was closer to saying "bye, bitch" as he drove past neighbors who were yelling out, hurling expletives in his direction.
there's nothing wrong with calling 911. There's nothing when you feel helpless. That's what the trained professionals are supposed to do. Like, there's nothing. When I see someone broke down on the side of the road, my first instinct is not to, oh, let me stop and see if I can offer a hand. No, I'm going to waste their time, and they're going to get more and more frustrated. I will be
Having an overdose of so is my wife.
Overdose of what?
Marijuana. I don't know if it had something in it. Can you please send rescue?
Did you guys have fever or anything?
No, I think we're dying.
Okay, how much did you guys have?
I don't know. We made brownies, and I think we're dead. Time is going by really, 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 really slow.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're dead.
Jeremy Renner's called the 911.
I took a big old swaller out of it, and I was like, uh-oh.
Jeremy Renner, though, from the hospital bed. Thank you for all the kind words. I'm too messed up now to type. So he was clearly dictating this to somebody. Love to you all. He will be 52 on Saturday. So happy birthday.
You know they're going to come in with a cake from his hospital bed.
You.
He's like, oh,
His birthday's the day that Neil Peart died. For those of you who are keeping track at home.
What band is he from, Poundcake?
Pierce the Veil.
What?
Peart the Veil.
Peart the Veil.
What?
Neil Peart. I have no idea.
He was a drummer for a very, very
Oh, wait, did we talk about this
famous
yesterday?
band. Talk about it yesterday. Is that the extent of your short-term memory?
He barely remembers yesterday.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Is that the band?
No.
But a drummer
Neil
did die
Peart
from that band.
was
Yes.
on fire.
He's not going to know Neil Peart. I mean, that's
I know,
unfair.
I know.
Yeah, he drummed for a band called Rush
Oh, yeah.
for many, many, many years.
Rush, of course.
Sure. Put this radio station put Rush on the map here in the States. Jeremy Renner was helping a family who got stuck in a ditch. Yeah. Alan, I want to let you know that I had a real pound cake day on Tuesday before I went back to work. I watched the Wendy Williams story from 11 to 3 and then switched it to the R. Kelly series and watched that the rest of the day and night.
I've been getting that a lot more. Why am I like their guilty? Not me, but like my taste is their guilty pleasure. It's not. It's on TV. Clearly, people are watching it. It wouldn't be on there if it didn't catch people's interest. Like Wendy.
What's that line? It was like in a movie or something. They were like, "But why am I watching it? Because it's on TV."
Because it's on TV. Yeah, that's on. That's Seinfeld.
What's that from? Is it?
I think it's Seinfeld.
Oh yeah, the show's about nothing. Then why am I watching it?
Because
it's on TV. Not yet. It's not. Right.
The Wendy Williams story followed by R. Kelly. Wow. Yeah, that is a pound
That's
cake
your
day. I wouldn't even
perfect
do
day,
that.
yeah.
That's heavy. Like I would need therapy after that.
Alan, I believe Jeremy Renner got run over by his snowplow is on that August Burns Red Christmas album. Renner got run over by a snowplow trying to help his neighbors up in Reno. Alan, you don't call 911 when someone's car is stuck in the snow. Pound cake is a selfish prick.
If their car is stuck in the snow, chances are my car is probably going to be stuck in the snow too. So
He's
then-
got an answer for
Listen,
everybody.
I
I won't
don't
be
want
doing-
Pound
And
Cake
they-
trying to help me
That's
get
what
out
I'm
of the
saying.
snow.
I am of no help.
But
I'm
you
helping
aren't-
you by not helping.
Jeremy Renner has a snow cat. He knows how to drive it and stuff like
Clearly he
that. That's
doesn't.
different, but accidents happen.
Hmm?
He was trying to do something nice, and you're shaming him for doing things.
Well, what about the
nice.
National Guard? They could have came in with the
The
helicopter.
National
They could have had their
Guard.
helicopter.
They
hover
could have
over
came
them.
in, Bill.
Yeah, the National Guard.
Had the helicopter hover over them, and climbed a little ladder, stuck in the snow,
Yeah.
and
The National Guard, they call them. These are people who live at high altitudes, right? So they've got the appropriate equipment. That's why this guy has a 14,000-pound snow cat at his disposal. He's not renting it. He's got that out there in the barn so that when something happens, he can get people out there. And if you're stuck, by the way, you've probably already called 911, maybe, or you're not going to have to call
AAA. You've called
AAA.
someone.
Yeah.
There's probably some sort of like mountain rangers that help out.
But see, that's the thing. This is my double standard because if I get stranded on the side of the road, I fully expect people to help me because I feel like people are more useful. Other people are more useful than I am.
Well, those are two separate things. Yes, they are. And I forbid any fan of this show to help Pound Cake if you happen to see him stranded roadside.
No, don't. No.
Drive right by him. Do not help him at all.
Preferably next to a puddle that sprays him.
Puddle of snow.
like you're like wet dog.
Melted snow. One giant dirty puddle.
Yeah, like some slush maybe.
Yeah.
Yep. That.
There's a turn I make when I'm coming here, and there is always standing water there. If there's any, like the slightest bit of precipitation outside, there's just always standing water. And there's been a few times where I've made that turn and I'm spraying it, and then I'm like looking to make sure there wasn't somebody at this bus stop just getting destroyed by this puddle because it's not the best water to get splashed on you because it's always that dark
Gray.
black
Oh, not
water.
even gray.
Yeah, it's black
Hmm.
over there. Ugh.
Well, anyway, Jeremy Renner, who was in very, very bad shape. I guess he's still in critical condition, but he's awake. And he's, what a hell of a way to start 2023.
Yeah.
He's got the second season of his show premiering this couple of weeks away. Anybody watch? We watched a couple of movies over the break. Anybody watch Glass Onion?
Yeah, I
No.
loved it.
That was good.
I really loved it.
Yeah. I watched Bullet Train,
Watch that too.
which was pretty brainless, but I
Yeah.
liked it.
Bullet Train was really fun. Glass Onion was really fun. It was. I think you'd like Glass Onion, Mary, because it's a figure it out.
Ooh, we love a figure. it
You
out.
do like to figure them
My
out.
favorite.
By the way, and it's just anecdotal, I am really surprised that Avatar's killing it. I don't know one person who has seen this movie, and it's on track to make a couple $2 billion.
Yeah, I don't know anybody
Again.
that's seen it either.
They
No.
were like, huh?
There's one guy that said, like, he messaged me and said he saw it and he liked it. But yeah, I have no interest in seeing it. Nobody in Movie Squad wants to see it. Like,
No, it made $1 billion in like the first 12 days. So I
I
don't know if
know.
people are just like buying into the hype. Clearly that's what it is. But it's like these movies are so expensive. I thought it was bananas because A, no one's clamoring for these movies. B, they have no cultural impact whatsoever. Nobody ever mentions Avatar in like pop culture
The
terms.
biggest thing that I feel like came from Avatar was the SNL sketch where they're like, they just use papyrus as the font.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really funny sketch, but nobody dresses up like it. But Poundcake, you're the person on the show that likes Avatar. Did you see it?
No, I told you, I didn't even get to see the Whitney Houston movie like I wanted to. No, I didn't go to any movie theater. And it sucks because I plan to do all these things over break, but then once I got on break, I was like, I ain't doing nothing.
Right.
I'm gonna let my money pile up because I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to spend any gas. And that's exactly what I did.
But again, any movie famously has to make double its budget to break even. And so I was like, I don't know who's given James Cameron money to burn in these movies because he famously films them in succession. Like Avatar 3 is done, and they're shooting the first part of Avatar 4. This is part
Wild.
2.
That's
And I'm
wild.
like, the first movie, I barely remember. I went to go see it. I'm like, okay, I saw it. So when they're like, we're going to do, the third one's coming out 2024.
Who's asking,
And then
Chris?
2026. That's what I said. But they're making, I guess you don't bet against James Cameron, boy. But of course, he's also developed so much proprietary equipment and technology that what goes into his pocket is a massive chunk of this take.
You know
I'm
what he
just
needs to
really surprised that it's like on its way to $2 billion.
You know what he needs to do though is there's no good digital release of True Lies.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
It's on Peacock, but it's like a letterbox thing where like there's a black box all the way around it, and it's because he has it in his contract that he has to do all the approving of any reformatting
I
or
see.
anything like that, and he has not gotten around to it in 25 years to just go and say, all right, here's the correct colors or whatever they have to do to make like an HD version of it or a 4K version of it and put it out there. And it's such a bummer because I love that movie, but it's not fun to watch it with that outline around it.
I haven't seen True Lies in a long time, and I was reminded of it by watching that Pepsi documentary.
Yeah.
Because the Harrier jet, that Pepsi Where's My Jet on Netflix, this kid trying to win a Harrier jet from Pepsi. And so the clips are from True Lies because that's where that jet really kind of worked its way into pop culture. I'm sitting there going, oh, God, True Lies. What a great movie. And I forgot it was James Cameron. Fun movie. Tom Arnold,
Right.
Jimmy Lee Curtis,
Mm-hmm.
half naked.
Looking real good in that one.
Still kept herself together now.
What's that?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, she dynamite, beautiful woman. But back in the day when she was going topless in movies and
Well, in
trading
that-
places, holy cow.
In that movie, they did a real good job of making her the dorky housewife turned hot lady by taking off her glasses and getting her hair slicked back.
That's right.
That's all they had to do. And then she rips off these frilly things on her dress, and then you see cleavage, and you're like, oh my God, this is the hottest lady ever.
Yes. I think they did use a body double for a lot of her scenes, but she looks great. That's why they had to put that old lady wig on her for Halloween. They're like, nobody's going to believe that this lady is getting stalked. I got a break. If you want $1,000, you're in luck. Another grand for you to go fund yourself on the way at 4:30. I'll have those Chimera tickets for you, too. Local legends back on stage at the Agora in a few weeks. They're doing 2 nights. I shouldn't say a few weeks, May 12 and May 13. I'll have tickets for you for that second night at the Agora. So if you're a Chimera fan, hook those up coming back. 35192 if you want to text.
The Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio app and